Hi everyone, I'm Nathan with the ebookreader.com. For this video, I wanted to give you guys a comparison between the Kindle Paperwhite 3 here on the left and the $49 Fire tablet here on the right. So I've had a lot of people asking about how is reading on the Fire tablet and how it compares to Kindle e-readers. So I wanted to go ahead and do a review for that because it is a very different experience reading on these two guys. So Kindle e-readers, they're a lot more basic. They're designed for reading ebooks only. And then the Fire tablets, of course, they're designed for all kinds of things. You got video on here, you got as well as books, you got games, apps, music. So they're designed for all sorts of things, whereas the Kindle ebook readers are designed for reading only. They do not support audio or apps or anything like that. So it's a completely different kind of a device where these are specialized for reading, and these they have reading, but it's more of a secondary sort of a function. I'm going to show you why, because the main difference is the screen. On the $49 Kindle, it's got 171 pixels per inch, and then the Kindle Paperwhite and the Kindle Voyage, they have 300 pixels per inch. So the text is a lot more clear, it's a lot easier to read, it's just easier on your eyes in general, whereas on the lower resolution screen here, it's a lot more pixelated. It doesn't look nearly as good in person. It's probably not going to show up well here on the screen. So you can also see another big difference here is with the tablets, the screen is very reflective. You can see everything reflected in it very easily, even just my hand right there. Whereas the Kindle e-readers, they have the e-ink screen, so there's no reflection. You're not going to see your hand reflected at all. You're going to see the light, obviously, because it's a light source, but you're not going to see regular things reflecting off there at all. It's a lot easier. You can read them outside. So another big difference as far as the screen is concerned is just the brightness. So with Fire tablets, the brightness never goes down very low. It always is. It kind of bugs my eyes at night. If you go all the way down, and then we compare that with the Kindle here, I'm going to have to turn off this overhead light to give you an idea what the front lights look like. So obviously you can tell that the dimmest level on the tablet is way brighter than it is on the Paperwhite. So when you're reading at night, you only need a setting like this. It's very dim, but it's just enough to make the screen look good when you're reading at night. Whereas the tablets, they're always really bright. You can use these screen dimming apps. I've always had to use screen dimming apps because they're just so bright. So when it comes to text adjusting options, they're both they have a similar amount of options here. You got the same exact line spacing and margin settings. You have 3 for each. You basically have the same font choices, though there's some different ones on Android here. Got Lucinda, for instance, and Helvetica Light. So the text adjustment options are pretty similar. Both of them, the tablets will automatically rotate when you go to landscape. The Kindles don't have the auto rotate sensor, so you just go into the settings menu and choose to rotate to landscape from there. So then any kind of Kindle is going to have the same kind of note-taking features. You can add notes and highlights. One difference with tablets is you can choose different colored highlights. Obviously with an e-ink Kindle, you only got the one color of highlight. You can share, search. I mean, they've all got pretty much the same kind of features. They both have this window right here. We can get at the definition, the translation, the dictionary. So they both have that exact same window. You scroll through sideways. So the tablets, they do add a couple of features. There's the word runner feature, which flashes one word in the middle of the screen at a time. I have a full video showing this if you wanted to see it a little more in detail. I'm not going to go into detail with it right here, but you have the word runner feature on the Fire tablets, and you also have the built-in text-to-speech. So if you hit the play button down here, you get text-to-speech. It also has the audiobook integration, so I already have the audiobook, so it's not going to do text-to-speech because it has the audiobook.
I was soon to be relieved for Silver giving
so then that'll read along and it'll highlight the words as it goes, so that's definitely a good learning tool for kids.
Dick's Square, said Silver.
So yeah, you don't get that on the e-readers. They don't have any audio support. They will sync back and forth with the audiobook. Like if we use the audiobook on here and then you open the ebook on the Kindle, it will jump to the last page you were on. So it does have the whisper sync for voice feature, but it just doesn't work integrated into the Kindle devices like it does on the Fire devices. So the Kindle devices, they both have, so both devices, they have the X-ray feature where you can look up additional info about characters and places in the book. They both have WordWise, which will show hints for words. It's like kind of a good tool for kids. They both have the Goodreads integration, so obviously there's a very big overlap in terms of features between these two devices. The Kindle, since they are specialized for reading, they do have some additional features. They have this cool quick scan feature. So if you swipe down from the bottom, you can go ahead and scan through like this. They also have more of an advanced bookmarking feature. So you got this list of your bookmarks, and then it will show, you can jump around to the other places that you added bookmarks and see a preview of it right here. And if you wanted to go to it really quickly, you can do that. So if you added bookmarks on this device, you can add them in the top corner like usual, but you don't get that extra window, the added options, and you don't have the scroll up added options for the fast page turn feature. You also have that more of a tablet-esque type of turning pages, where as the ink, it refreshes the text instead of sliding the text. But as you can see, I mean, there's no speed advantage with the tablet. If anything, the ink is faster, just because it doesn't do the animation. So I mean, otherwise you got all the same features. You're gonna have the same go-to options for navigating your book. You're gonna have the same notes and highlights options. You can jump to specific pages if you want to. So I mean, a lot of the features, obviously, they do overlap. So another one of the additional settings with the Kindle is it has the vocabulary builder. So whenever you look up a word in the dictionary, it gets added to your vocabulary list. Then you can access that, like you can access that from right here. You can access it from your home screen, and you can study flashcards. So it's got some additional features as far as that's concerned. So another main advantage for a tablet is you can install other e-reading apps. So it's not just the Kindle app. Like an e-reader, the Kindle e-reader, you're only going to be able to read Kindle books, of course, unless you convert them, or remove the DRM, convert them. Whereas the Fire tablets, you can install other e-reading apps such as Overdrive. You can get EPUB ebooks on here. You can install different PDF apps. Alright, so when it comes to things like PDFs, it's going to be a little bit easier to navigate and stuff on a tablet, but it's going to look a little bit better on the e-reader. As you can see with the different screen size here, so we've got a 7-inch screen on this $49 Fire. In the Paperwhite has a 6-inch screen, but they have different ratios, so it actually works out to being about the same. If anything, the 7-inch screen is actually a little bit smaller when it comes to displaying a page like a PDF, because it's narrower. The height is actually about the same. It's actually a little bit shorter too. So the way that PDFs scale onto this, it's actually smaller than it is onto here. But the main advantage with the tablet, of course, is the interface is going to be smoother. Pinch zooming is as smooth as can be. You've got pinch zooming on the Kindle e-readers too, but with ink it's a little bit more jilted, so it's not quite as smooth. Obviously with tablets, any kind of scrolling is super smooth, page turns really smooth, you can turn pages really fast. And you also have this window that pops up right here if you scroll up from the bottom. And then we can scroll through the pages like that. So we don't have anything cool like that at all on the Paperwhite. So obviously there are some advantages with tablets as far as PDFs are concerned, but they do look a little bit better with the screen on this because of the high resolution, like that really small text. It's actually quite readable in person if you got good eyesight, whereas on the Fire tablet, it's readable, but it's really pixelated. I would probably get annoyed reading that after about 5 minutes. So both devices, they support cloud collections. You can create collections for your devices. The Kindle has a few more options. When you hold down on a selection here, you can view the bookmarks and everything directly from right there. I am glad that they finally added the view and store links onto the tablets. This didn't used to be here, so if you had a bunch of books and you were trying to find something to read, you had to manually search for it to see the description, see reviews, whereas they finally added that bookstore link, which is nice. So obviously we've had that on the Kindle devices for a long time. You can view it on Goodreads as well. If you just hit that book description, it'll open it up on Amazon. So, alright folks, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video right here. Check out the ebookreader.com for some additional info and for full reviews on each of these devices. You all have a good day, and thanks for watching.